Hello, I am PhantomDogman, and welcome back to Mirt tells. Mirt tells of the Cold Land. That's how you pronounce this game's stateless instead. And now I'm quite not sure if I said what in the previous episode that I did in previous episodes, but anyways. Okay, we didn't do anything. We just progressed. I just read this story and so the story. Still shared about Anton's shadows, and then it's snowed in summer, but which is understood, but if it's very close to not anyways. And now we're back to Anton's perspective. Anton called his brother from the post office to give the other man a quick update. I miss him. It rocked all of a sudden too much. His brother was speaking quietly. There was a child asleep in the background. It made Anton happy, at least, to think that Cyril was having an easier time of it. Now he left. He'd been bothered. It rocked. I guess Anton's brothers and Anton's brother's wife only were, how can I say, in that pass, but not driving to Mirt instead. The weather became notable farmer. The sun came out just after lunch. The snow still lay over Mirt. However, thought as Anton, walking from the post office back to the campus was pleasure. They squared into the empty house. The only sound was the noise of the floorboards creaking underfoot. Anton didn't feel like sleeping, so he quickly dropped into his room to leave his rucksack, then went downstairs. Outside it was quiet. Everyone seemed to be asleep, but it was unexpectedly gratifying to be alone, as if all this time he needed nothing more than to sit by himself in the courtyard. I guess I'll stay my fellow dappers talking in English. The child inside anticipated altogether. He wasn't shivering any longer. The Alps were still pale with the trees from yesterday, waiting to be cleared away. Anton sat in the middle, surrounded by the glasses and paper plates, and talked about Veronica. Now that I think of it, what kind of rating system is in these buildings like? There is one central portion which goes eating to all buildings, or in at least in some buildings you need to worry about where it on by themselves. Like in most, if not every building, there is furnace all of its own, if not in every room that is. And I think, yep, I read this. And there she was, just like that, as if we were in a watch. She ventured as the entrance to the building. He turned towards somebody inside, then she skipped over to the contract, and her kiss came to the restaurant Anton. He wanted to soon, but collided himself with an effort. She sat down at the same table across from him, all Lord, and smiled, still not saying anything. Hey, it's Veronica? Right. I say we couldn't remember her name. Even Trakti repeated it, like a prayer, every night before he went to sleep. Okay? That's it. Taking a break. She brushed her long hair away from her face and looked around. Every moment was like beating of butterfly's wing, or the flutter of a pollard's branches. Something like that. What echo? Want echo key? Sure. She overread my bag. Get all empty of oatmeal cookies. Anton took one. Then found he didn't want to eat it in front of me. He held it for a moment, then cerebral put in the pocket of his jacket. I can't seem to get to sleep. For some reason, just a drag. She said, "Want to take a walk?" "Where to?" Anywhere you want. Down to the woods, the shore, so the votes or the shores, or any vessels. Why not both? It was getting interested. Come on then. And they get up and left, just like that. Just a voltbeetle epiapathis. And I don't know, I never seen them man angry, but they could imagine what that might be like. On the other end, so what? So he asked Krill to come with him down to the river. I want to find Mirt. This was a favorite question, Anton realized. As if it was traditional to ask also new arrivals. He ate it at least 10 times over the past few days. It's nice, very cozy, a little strange, attract. What's strange? Right, David, I mean, how come even to ask it about the cemetery, and come himself will be sound impolite, trying to think of other superforts. You were saying, last Sunday I saw some of the locals going off drugs first. Is that some kind of tradition? We were at the cemetery. Your voice didn't change. She didn't seem to be offended. We all got friends there. Family, my brother, and my parents. So yeah, it's traditional. We visit once a week. Wait. Oh, okay, it's Veronica. In previous episode, still shared about backstory of Mirt and in the cemetery. There probably is Veronica's, Veronica's parents. I relate studies. Sorry, I had no idea. Listen, I understood. No need to apologize. If you are outside or just in that country, if you are outside when Veronica, you don't have a jacket on. So now, okay, you are outside and why you don't have a jacket on you. So now crunched underwood. Anton saw for ragged rolls of red being stuck out behind them. He looked down at the shadows. They looked more or less the same. He couldn't see any oddities. Like what was happening when they looked on Anton's shadows. But then he could tell one is a playing tricks on him, but Steve, it also seems what happened in it. No doubt about that. I know it's tricky subject, but what happened in it actually? You don't have to bring that up. Veronica lowered her earcase. And then I didn't ask out of politeness. I was genuinely curious, but he couldn't tell her that. Okay, should we talk about something a bit like that? Just as under the salary that I credited and I asked it out. That's pleasant enough. This little stroll, but he had absolutely no idea what they could discuss. Everything seemed far too trivial, too modern, for someone so perfect, and they just talked to her about. What do you feel like talking about? Ever seen any large and rare? What's that? She blurted out. With infantile cringe. This unpredictable straightforward said of her, well, a little frightening, as if it was something that might bore him. I fell okay. Hello, him, said Rosie. I've seen all his films. Do you watch Mirt? Okay, I cannot pronounce that. I did not watch it, but you know that vaguely. They went down the river. It's a father's edge someone at left behind a crown of small white flowers. The petals squirted into the wind. Veronica picked up the crown and finally with it fully. The festival's coming up, you know. Go night and we'll love it. And we had no idea they celebrate any such thing, you know. So what happens? They oscillate, dancing, jumping backwards, walking into the future. You're coming, right? Do I have a choice? She smiled. No, she was slim, better than I thought. Much more easygoing. Nice. They sat together until long for fall. Veronica did most of the talking. Anton listened, drinking in their thoughts, analyzing them like a mathematical, picking over the components of an equations. Okay. Wait. When this was made, that me was... less active, I guess. Once I returned to the campus, it felt calm and happy, as if he'd been relaxing at some holiday resort. There were other people wandering around the campus. Some of us playing cards. White was coming down the stairs, dressed as usual, in the warmest clothes. Okay, check at least one normal person wearing jackets when there is no button again. Even if there is no, then it can be fun outside, or fun. I guess that is. Just as they glanced at each other, is a quite small thing. Was it as small? And then lowered his face so quickly it couldn't quite tell. Anton, Wade called out softly. How quiet it was. Hey there, how it's going? Okay, he answered. It was true enough. Did you need to do any laundry? I don't know where it is yet. I do. Don't wait. Just give him a minute. I'll be right there. He ran to his room, grabbed the first thing he could find in his cabinet, and rushed back downstairs. I was itching to spend time with Fred. It was alone, the other man was alone, and two of us company wasn't it. They walked together through the forest as the trees sway in the breeze. It's a nice place, this. Don't you think? I'd ask him. Well, of course. So it's not just me, thank God. And it was on the verge of saying something about the shadow, but talk better of it at the last moment. Oh, sure. But it's not that bad. So what? Oh, I like it, the river, the forest, the mountains over there. Are you seeing much of the city? Not really. I had to work and then I go back home. I mean, would you like to go somewhere this evening? I don't have much else to do. Why not? I'll put some on cafe then. I'm told it's not to be missed. Not that we have any alternatives, I suppose. But people say it's a wonderful place to eat. Either this place accepts you or it doesn't, Steve had told him. I guess I passed the test. Anton drum. How long had it been since he last met a friend? Yeah, I think I'll accept it. Sounds good. The washing machines gave a beep down the drum. Really, we were in the laundrette? The washing machine gave a beep down the drum spun and shrank, like great mouth shaving on Anton's single t-shirt. Might had brought a good deal more laundry. Everything seemed to be a different shade of grey, like an ancient black and white photo, as if both he and his possessions had been entirely drained of color. It's cold out. Okay, it's still cold out there, and why there is snow in this forest? Might observe but it says that puzzle. He looked like an owl standing there with his shoulders hunched at his and clubs over his chest. The forest was breathing like a living thing. Each gust of wind was freezing rush of air that stuck onto his, as if he'd just been slapped. Even had painted the trees a deep blow, and Anton worried that night would fall before they got back home. Some had it in sand. He waited for White to drop off his things, and then they set out to the Vine's cafe. I've been dreaming of this and cup of coffee. White sighed. Are we out of instant? In the kitchen. Oh, no idea. It gave a small smell. But you can beat something made to order. The streets stretched out before them, longer and narrow in the twilight. The loss of the snow crunching underfoot. It seemed quite loud, bowl-like curve and a meat curve as well, as an avid reader in general. So the two of them wandered in the streets in the cold for some time, chatting about whatever the dog says for say, oh, this is that place. A long line to south of it and they put for some on, and they fell through the door, and shouted and shivering, they wasting themselves, say scarves and caps. The cabin was too extremely poor Hammond, as Anton's writer Miguel said. There was a lot of Percy about it, of India and Marco. It was like inside of gypsy wagon was on some Far Eastern tales, and all of it was threaded in the Grace Mountain, and you're a sutter. We can suppose that a man fearing a call for Pandata is ends like a giant. Come on, Right up Anton's elbow and Ash into the mist. Next letter and Steve. And probably Steve and Alpha and Carrot came into view. The beings shouted by the eggs all along. Seated at the table in the far corner, where the shadows were targets, Steve drugs sat on them in front, as if he considered them unwelcome. Good evening. I hope we're not interrupting. Wait approached them. We drug in, I said to. And I could taste something bitter. As if the unspoken insult set sore on his tongue, he winks. Wait by me, evening, Anton. We have met. Anton grabbed, drug it a sweat, he felt angry with. I'll order us some coffee, just a moment. Fight slid away from the table. Andre glanced at Taro and instantly dropped his glass. The sight of it in the surroundings sent a shiver down his spine. Was she a witch, after all? There was an empty cup of the table in front of her, and she kept peering down at the tracks, like someone staring into a mirror. She even had a box of tarot cards within easy reach. No smoke without fire, it seemed. So, how are you doing? Siva asked. Were you trying to keep things civil? Why did he always have to make himself out of basic good guy? Steve didn't seem to be desperate for people's love. This proposal is content snack at him. Anton gave a non-committal grunt. An angry cup of coffee was set down in front of him, so at a pour his went. Let the shade was shimmering, supple face passing over the table as the eight climbed upwards. Something was wrong, Anton told ridiculous. He couldn't explain why, and yet he was absolutely ignorant of it. In the remit of the day, a shadow had grown lighter. Well, the horse to jump up and run outside, but some of his feet stay rotten to the floor, okay? And she separated with Anton. Do you need to sign for that, or something? Anton could hear the conversations, but only in fits and starts as they were eavesdropping from 5 tables away. They were sat there in silence, scratching at the table of its stiff, nervous moment of one winter. There she spoke. It was so slow, almost overtly. It's nice to meet you, right? She reached across the table with one slender hand. I took a moment to answer. Perhaps it wasn't aristocratic woman on these terms. He stretched out a hand, moving so casual, only it could have been in slow motion, or it was. Anton ate something that sounded like soup. Her knee was utterly plunged into cold black water. Okay, wait, what? An ocean close over, he said. Early the entire light faded from his foot. Then color and sound. Okay, what is happening with Anton? Ankles still sitting under the table, but not each card. Skip or eat take of cards. Smoke like all around here. A formless ace with no end in sight. The most in background it can, along with the people of conversions. Anton device Simon on this purple draw. As if he was listening to the blood pumping through his veins. He tried to scream, but there was no air in his lungs. Desperately he shook his hand from side to side. It's a fight. His lips slightly parted, ready to ask a question. Then, just as suddenly he broke his wires gaspes for breath, the vault was solid again. The elbow was hard beneath his fingertips. The coffee splits was bowling out the vault. Okay. Color rushed back into the vault. He saw the glitter of the lamps, and small smoke curling from the organs. The music was playing again, as if it never stopped. Anton glanced at Taro, raised at early chance, but I think Scarlet small glanced at her lips. Anton? Steve asked as if nothing got to say what the near happened. You okay? Not great, Anton wheezed. Give me a minute. What was that? At each at attack or something to about that coffee, I was still struggling to breathe. Would it happen again? On occasions. Loss of control. Inability to take single breath. Not even it being on his own. Or if whatever it was, it struck him while he was asleep. You get quite well. That's what the Anton says. And I'm quite sure you don't want to see a doctor. Right, sure. On the side with me. Rocky didn't quite understand why. We could just go outside, take a break. It's a smoke I shouldn't wanted. I don't know that weekly and allow himself to be let away from the table. I'd call it to say things from the code of boundaries and walk it out into the street. The cottage was centrally refreshing at least. He could feel his stomach swelling into place. Let me help you with that. White dropped and checking over each other's, then stood watching his underhand, did fully forget his and strokes his sleeves. They walked slowly back towards the campus. Does that happen often? Weird thing. Do you have problems with your blood pressures? I have one or two similar experiences. Blood pressure? That's more like near-death experience. It seems a full change, on the cafe at least. And other blood pressure? I never heard of any physical definition. I could go something like that. The force themselves past his lips. There's something from with here. With here. What for? Okay, there could all be other females there. I look at him with an oddly gentle expression. Ah, true. Now he thinks you're not the case. Shut up already. Thorough, just in general. No, never mind. That's a smoke, just a smoke. The joke of coming in out of the cold. You're fine. Now, everything's okay. You're feeling better. I need you. That could be also true. Anton nodded dumbly. My apologies. I should have told you I was going to meet slow. Are you? And agree with me? Of course not. And I just drag you along with me. Again, I'm sorry. It's fine. The resonance evolved in the cafe. This ridiculous jealousy was generally fading into the background. What had happened actually? So I just sat down in the cafe with two other people. Nothing more. And there might maybe something happening as well. Anton at allocations. Wait welcome him right up to his front door and ask again if he still needs any help. And it will as if should be more obliging. Okay, damn good, can we wasting some more, can we what? Had we did puppet? Was? Okay, no, I guess it is something in my menu. I'll check that later out. And so I shut the door and left. Until, oh wait, that was achievements because there is achievements in this game, right? As I shut the door and left, Anton rolled into his bed, still wearing his jacket and started blanket at the ceiling. And leaned Anton towards himself to get up, thinking he needed to change. He strode over the cot on a support ground on the underfoot, like an outside old ground facing with laughter. For some reason that was the last round, as if a spring inside of him had snapped into. And evolved to his knees and attacked the support with his bare hand, working his fingers into the seams. Okay, what are you thinking? He yanked the low sports free. It started almost instantly. What is usually he cast it away, in one nation beneath the bed. And underneath the board there was recess in the floor. There was an open inside the recess. Okay, something we found. Right down. A slim foam and clean. Jack with the cover says saving for some curious treasure under the uncover. And left it out of carefully. Is it might break, then read the support and cover it the Who was it for like the nobody here in the first place? Some former tenants of this same room? Did they even else right to read it? Could he see the phone out overcircled the concepts and he opened it up. Okay, it's somebody's diary. Someone had written on the front cover, and he didn't recognize. Okay, I don't think I can read it, and I can't, not sure how can I hide this text dialogue. Okay, no, with that handwriting I can read it. Turned out to be almost empty, in that only a couple of sheets of paper remained. The rest had been torn out. Sharp triangles of paper stretched away from beneath the cover, like broken ink, when the book was closed. Okay, I should have checked it, but not that is now you can eat. Nope. Wait. Nope, if I can eat. So wait. Okay, yep, I read this. I didn't read this. I'm still fat. I'm going to put the telling this into someone else today. It's almost like watching something intimate. You shouldn't be seeing, but the ear was as name I recognize. Lila. The little Igno was in your ear, so maybe someone else that was too. I could read it, but I can read it because this text date is still a book is over. Let's see someone else, but no. It was a pension rank here the display and it many times. So what did this belong to? Some entries that back to the end of John. Made someone at class writing Xenobot as well as least a year ago. Of which that way of one I think dialogues. Sketches, including evenings or poetry. Straks al being crossed out. It's the soul of the writer but now, and the stood the name. And then tried to read the poem and the said cross etching, but could only make out for the best. On the last remaining page is another name, Igno, Tiana. Now that was odd, so Tiana Igno hadn't even been here a year. So for Sterry was reading. Anton skims the terror again, trying to find at least some letting close to the owner's entity. Instead, stay inside this room, then say to him to live in Mirt from somewhere else. They say, and I'm staying as local, or leave altogether. As this crew jumped as a roof, and what? On the back of the leave Anton found some up, little more than crowd. Roofway sketch this was made. It realized, but it didn't match Mirt either. The campus was drawn almost as big as the center of the town, and it looked as if the hostels were only a few steps away from the river. It was less enough than a general impression. And still, he could see odd symbols stood across the map. Cross in strange place. What did the artist Anton note down? Was something buried there? And go and look, of course. This curiosity was impossible to resist. Anton fell asleep, dreaming of Mike's elf friend in security, crawling some bottled the red little book in his arm. Okay. Yeah, I think I will be leaving this episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to. Okay. Ending episode 8 might be stupid because after it could happen that after just some dialogue books there will be like that the changing perspectives or they to expect relating when they change and we still are the same person or they following same person perspective, then it doesn't show that they change such that. Okay, and then end conversion ends with. Really, I forgot it was with. No, it wasn't Vicky. Okay, Veronica it was. Apologies, guys. And of course, we had conversions with White and something with Epimito Anton in that non-cafe. And mostly they were found for virtual telling instead, or maybe that isn't virtual telling place, but I guess it might be a meeting place between Steve and Taro instead. But again, that place looks like something about fortune telling or that kind of stuff. Anyways, see you all next time.